Good morning, friends. Happy Friday. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. I'm going to be playing with a fun new kit called Hollyhocks. Hollyhocks happen to be one of my favorite cottage garden flowers, and I can't wait till I get more of my grass dug up so I can plant some hollyhocks. Anyway, this is a really pretty kit with 9 cards. You get 3 each of the different cards, and it's only $14. The kit is all inclusive, as typical for kits, and because there's pre-printed messages, you don't need to do anything with it other than assemble it and wow your friends and family. But you can also change it up. And so with that, I'm going to make 3 of the cards, and then I'm going to make a scrapbook layout. So join me. By the way, Angela, Wild Violet's art. All right. So, whoops, here we go. So this is the typical box that you would get your kit in. And I've already been into this kit because I needed to figure out what my scrapbook layout was going to be. Sometimes it takes a little bit of thinking ahead of time. And so they always provide these great colored instructions, and it shows how to make each one of the cards, and it shows you what goes into each one of the cards as well. So we'll use this here as the way for us to separate out the kit. All right. So this kit comes with really beautiful embellishments. And dimensionals. So you can see these embellishments are really pretty. It's like a gold sparkle. And then, of course, you've got your little dimensionals. Okay, it also comes with tear and tape. And I'll be using that along with my scrapbook page. Okay, make sure I've got everything. Okay, so here are the pretty little envelopes, and they've always got something, some sort of decor. Here's one of the cards. And remember, because I've used one each of the cards, there's only 2 left of each of them. And here's the 3rd card. All right, so for this one, we need, let's see. I'm going to only take apart one of these. It's one of these, and it needs the hollyhocks. Look how pretty these hollyhocks are. Aren't they gorgeous? Okay, and it needs, okay, so this is, you're going to find the sentiments in English, French, and Dutch, I think, or German. I'm not sure. Okay, so we need hello. All right, and then for this one, I'm going to put this one aside. We need one of these, and it looks like there's 2 kinds here, and we need this one, which is longer. And then, thinking of you, and one of these. All right, and then for the last card, which is this one, I need, oops, I took the wrong one. I need the tall one for this one. There we go. And then I need thanks and this, and then all these extras could be tossed away, and this. Okay. All right, so the first card we're going to make is this one with the little polka dots. And I'm going to just raise the edge of it. If you want to supplement your kit. Hey, Linda, good morning. Practice, practice, practice. Makes it easier, I'm sure. Okay, so now I need a little bit of tear and tape on the back of this one. And make sure it's not too long. And I probably should cut it off here. Okay, so I've got that one, and then this needs to have a little bit of tear and tape as well. And then this goes about right here. And then our hollyhocks go on top of it. Just like so. And then this one gets dimensionals. I'm going to put one more in the middle. These are such pretty cards. All right, and then it goes just like so. And then we have 3 of these. They get used. Isn't that pretty? And then it's got these lovely little cards or envelopes that go with it. Isn't that nice? Okay, so there's the first one, and I'll leave it where you can see it. Okay. And then we've got the second one, which is this one. Okay. So this one again has really lovely hollyhocks. And this gets a bit of tear and tape on the back. And it goes just like so. And then, whoops, well, I got carried away. Oh, good thing it's lifting. Doesn't normally. You want me to put these on the back as well. All right, let's try that again. And then these get dimensionals. Okay, and then thinking of you. And this kit's only $14, so it's such a bargain. And you get 9 beautiful cards. Isn't that pretty? All right, now for the last one. All right. So I typically do a kit a week. And if it's not a kit, it's my monthly paper pumpkin, which has just shipped, which means it'll be ready for next Friday. I always get very excited about that. And once in a while, Stampin' Up! Will have something special like they did with the ephemera packs and such. So do try to switch it up a little bit. But I love doing these kits into Scrapbook. That was at the urging of one of my sweet friends back in California. And I'm so glad she did that because it's made it so much more fun, at least for me. Okay. So before I put this down, looks like I need to add this. And they want it on the front. Get the rest of these. Dimensionals off. Okay. All right, so this goes behind, like so. And then this gets centered on the card. And then we have this that gets a tiny little bit. And then it gets centered on this. And then I put dimensionals. I forgot to put embellishments on that last card. All right. So this goes. So one of these dimensionals are in the way. So I want to straddle this. All right. I like it when the embellishment just pops up like that, and it's really easy to see. And let's put the embellishments on this one. So this one is going to be a little bit harder to see, so I'm going to put it somewhere where it's a little more noticeable. And I'm going to put it here, because I think it gets lost in the flowers. Actually, let's put it up there. There we go. Beautiful cards. Okay, so let's set these aside. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing with the scrapbook page. All right, so I have just one photo this time. It's a 4x6 photo, and it's of my cousins and I, probably about 15 years ago. So I was much younger, and we are at the Arts Festival in Southern California. So it's in Laguna Beach, and I am using the different elements that come from the kit. So I used one of each of the cards. So what I did is I cut one of the cards, this one here, lengthwise in half. So in other words, it's normally 11 inches, so no, 8.5 inches by 5.5. Well, I cut it down to 2 3/4, and I laid it here. Here's the little frame. Here's the little hollyhock and the embellishments. There's thinking of you. So let me just pull these things off because I need to obviously assemble it and get it so that it's adhered. Okay. So I also have a couple of sentiments. There's 4 of them here that are from the ephemera kit. And so this, I think it's a Say Anything. And so it gives me some other sentiments that I wanted to add to this kit. And I didn't think that I would be using hello, thanks, but I found them to pair with, and so it worked out really nicely. Okay, so this is a 4x6, and then I used a slightly larger, let's see, did I do, yeah, 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And so, and this is in Calypso Coral. So, okay, so the kit colors are Old Olive, Calypso Coral, Petal Pink, and this one here is the Pretty Peacock. And then we've got, it looks like probably the, oh my goodness, why can't I remember? Daffodil Delight. I think those are the colors. And then I think there's some other greens in here as well. Just here like garden green and such. And then, so the Calypso Coral, but also it looks like there's a little Poppy Parade in here as well. So, okay. Really beautiful. All right. So now if I can remember how I'm doing this. Okay, so this is the whole card, and I just laid it down, and I made a bunch of flags or banners to match the sentiment banner. Okay, so I'll try to keep these kind of in order, and I'm going to try really hard to remember how I did this. Okay, so this one, I'm just going to put one strip of tear and tape. Let's use this so I don't use the kit, because I still have one other card to make. Okay. So I'm just going to use one strip so that I can easily add some of my other flags. Okay, so this, I think I want up here. Well, I probably should bring it down a little bit. Still kind of want it towards the top, but okay. And then this, I'm just going to place over the top, and I want to make sure that I have enough room that this pretty little hollyhock can still shine. And it's just a pretty little frame, and it's just going to kind of overlap. So let me just leave it there, and then I'll put, I know it seems like I'm kind of only putting one strip, but remember this is going to be in a page protector, so it's not like it's going to be falling apart easily. Okay, so I probably should adhere this, because when I glue this down, this will be in the way. So let me, actually, what I could do is I can cut it. So I want this to be here, like so. Oh, and the 12 by 12 is from the Country Lace. So I want you to just see that. That's the Country Lace. It's got kind of an eyelet pattern. So that is the 12 by 12 piece that I'm using, and that's from the Country Woods Sweet Collection. Okay, so All right, let me assemble and put this on. And I'm just putting dimensionals under this portion of it because I want that part to stick up so that it shows up right here. And then the rest of it can lay underneath my photo. Okay, so here's my photo. So I did get some inspiration. I go on Pinterest and I look at scrapbook pages and I see what appeals to me, but also kind of what works with the cards that I have. So let's make it so that these three sides are the same. All right, and even just with that, that's so pretty. But I'm going to add more because that's how I am. Okay, so just so you know, I cut more strips from the remaining cardstock that I had. Okay, so, and what I'm using is I'm using this Pick a Label or Pick a Banner, I think, punch. And then I'm using the one that will make it into a nice little banner. Okay, so let's kind of work through this again, just that I can remember what it is that I was doing. So this one goes here, and this one these go up here. So I'll have to remember to glue those. And then I can add this one. And this actually goes behind here, so I need to, I think I need to cut this off because I don't think I need this big square. All right. And let me just see if I can get some dimensionals that are small enough that I can get them. And I'm just cutting these into little tiny bits. And if you're having a hard time picking up little stuff like that, then I would use a pair of tweezers because it helps you not get your big fat fingers in the way. My big fat fingers, I guess I should say. I have no idea whether you have little ones or not. Okay. And I'm just going to pop up these little leaf tips just to add a little bit of 3D, because even under the pocket protector, you know, they look really nice when there's some 3D elements to your page. The kits have so many beautiful things. That's why I enjoy just using what's in the kit for the most part, because I think they've got some really beautiful kits that really lend themselves to just need to pull it down a little bit further. There we go. And then underneath. Okay. All right, so this is all adhered. This is not. And I've got more here. And so this little piece, so I took the other side of this card and cut it off, and then I cut pieces off so that I had some other colors other than just these three colors. So, okay. So I'm just turning things around as I need to. This is one of the envelopes. Okay, so this was in the card kit as a reminder. So it's this up here. But these are part of the envelopes, and then I cut them into strips. So I took the envelope top, cut it so that it was rectangle, and then cut strips so that I had more of these. And I'm thinking one of these up here, but I'm gonna need to cut it down. Okay, so let me just add some tear and tape. And just as a reminder, when I'm using tear and tape, it's because I know it has the archival qualities I need, which means that it won't release any yucky chemicals. All right, so this right here is the piece that came off of what was left when I took these off. So just using the colors that I need, and oops, I need this one first. And because this is so long and I only need a bit of it, I'm going to actually cut this down. And I'm going to make another one for down here. All right. Now I need to remember this arrangement. Whoops. And it's not straight. There we go. So I'm just flipping it over so I can get some white. And then I'm going to place this in here and just nip off the end. It's a little on the short side. So when you have something that's a bit on the short side, grab yourself a piece of, that's like Post-it note. You can use it for covering up when you're doing masking and such. But it'll help me so that I can reach. There we go. I'm gonna have these things flying all over the place. Okay, a little bit of tear and tape. There we go. All right, so now I need to assemble these. this to be almost out to the edge. Thanks, Linda. Whoops, I put it on the wrong side. So, that's not going to work. Sometimes you can just roll the tear and tape off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down. Now put it on the correct side. Actually, I think I'm going to use this instead, because I think this is an extra. That way they're not all the same dimension. And then this one. Just trying to keep all the colors the same, because I think it really adds to, you know, a real pretty, so you can just see, it just kind of draws your eyes out to the edge. And then I think that I'm going to use the rest of this up there. And then just see how hard it will be to add it. There we go. And then we can start adding all the pretty stuff. So here's some extra, because I'm not really sure if I need any more. So let me just add a little bit of tape to both of these so that I can get them to adhere to the back of this. I want to make sure that I'm not covering her up. And then we can put dimensionals on the back. Okay. There we go. And then I've got, okay, so this is one of the greetings that comes with it, and one of the pieces that's also with this. And this greeting does not go with it. It came from the ephemera pack, Say Anything, but because it's pink and I want it to be peach to match the rest of my page, then I'm using my blender pen to color it so that it blends in better. and then it just matches perfectly. So I'm just going to add a couple of glue dots behind this. It's a little bit too small for dimensionals. And I just roll them up. It doesn't want to let go of me. I think the paper would be more sticky. But maybe because of the alcohol, it doesn't want to, I have to let it dry a little bit. Okay, it should be dry enough now. And I'm just rolling these up so they end up being long cylinders. And then, okay, so now I can add this. And then it says, hello, beautiful. Let's kind of figure out how we want to do that. So I think I want to put dimensionals. Okay, so I'm popping this up a little bit. And then I'll pop this up as well. All right. I like that. Okay. And then this is this card here. And what I did is I started fussy cutting along here just to kind of give it an edge. And then I'm just fussy cutting around the flowers because I'm going to place it down here just so that the flowers continue. Okay. And we'll see how it looks. I haven't really been able to see because I didn't finish this. Because I just wanted to show you how easy it was to just fussy cut around. Now remember, let your paper do all the work. So use your other hand to, that way you're not having to move your scissors about. You can see my right hand pretty much stays in place. Because fussy cutting isn't, you know, I mean, some people are really exact and you can't be. Well, you shouldn't be, because then you get really hard on yourself if things don't turn out just perfect. But I'm just kind of cut a little bit of that off because it's getting in my way. But just give it a try by using your left hand to move your paper around. And that way your scissor hand doesn't quite get quite so tired. I find it very soothing and I really enjoy it. Okay, so let's see how this looks. I don't really want to get in the way of all these flags, but I do have this other piece here. So I make this into a flag. And let's see. Yeah, maybe actually this one would work better. So I kind of want to interrupt this so that it doesn't really I want to use as much of this as I can. I think that while I want all these flowers, I may have to cut it in half and let them overlap a little bit. So what's the best way to do this? All right, so I'm not really fond of this bottom part, so I'm going to make it into a banner. And I'm not sure if you noticed how I did that, but I cut down the middle and then I cut from the corners over. You just try to cut it as straight as you can. There we go. Then it kind of looks like it's a part of all of this. And I like that better. Not sure if you can see that. So that way I've got my flowers kind of continuing up. So let me put some dimensionals. I'm going to use some larger dimensionals. And I don't want to create too much. All right. And then I can still add this as an interruption between, so the pattern isn't I need that for something else. Let's see. We still have all of these, which are in different languages. So let me just grab one of these and turn it over. And I think that works. Okay. And I still have more of this that I can cut from some of the extra envelopes that I don't need. All right. So let's see, this was going to be slightly longer. And then this one comes in. I'm going to overlap that. There we go. I'll add some dimensionals. So this one is popped up. Sorry that I keep working off camera. There we go. Just a really pretty, just a flow of all the flowers going that way. And this one, I'm just going to tuck under there. So there's a little bit of overlap, and also it kind of interrupts the color. Okay, so now here's a sentiment from the cards, and then this is one of the ephemera, and it says, "Thank you for being my lifelong friend," but I want the word thanks instead. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of tear and tape down here. And then I'm going to overlap the thank you. So it says, "Thanks for being my lifelong friend." So these are cousins. Sorry, these two are cousins. And then this is her daughter. So, and then I'm going to put this behind it. And just put tear and tape across the whole thing. I think I may want it actually over here. And then there's this, which there are not enough words to say how thankful I am and thinking of you. Not sure that I need anything else, though this would be really pretty over here, I think. I don't know that I need this. I do like it though. All right. let go. There we go. Push it up against there. And then we have still, you know what? I think I just need a little bit more of this. So I have 2 more of these envelopes that I can use. And it still leaves me with 4 envelopes. Okay, so I'm going to just cut this into strips. And I just need a small section of it. I'm just going to center it. And then just add a little bit more color in here. Again, overlap these 2, I think. Just to get a little bit more color variation in this area. Okay. I think that I am happy. Whoops, forgot about this. And what was that? So, do I need anything? Like another banner going this way. Maybe. I'll give it a try. This is when you kind of need to go, Angela, it looks good the way it is. Stop messing with it. That breaks this up just a smidge. It's kind of like artwork. At some point you just have to stop because, however, I am going to add embellishments. So I need 9 for my other 3 cards. We have plenty here to add to our pretty. And remember, I'm going to do an odd number. So we'll just, and I have 2 more that I can do. There. And I've got enough for my cards that are left over. So here's the final scrapbook page. Oops, I probably shouldn't move it up, but you can see the sparkles and so much fun. I love this scrapbook page. So you can see how very easy it is, and I hope that you'll give it a try. I think that it can make for an absolute fabulous scrapbook page with very little effort. And remember, all of these tags, they're in another language. Turn them over and use them. Do whatever you want, add a different sentiment, whatever it is that works for you. And don't be afraid to color the ephemera pack. So, this was in a really pretty little pink, but I needed it to be in something that went with the rest of the page. So, don't be afraid. There's one other piece I was going to do. It says love you, and then just kind of add it down here. But I need it to be, this is an old olive light. So I'm just going to add this real quick. See if it turns out to be an okay color. This is another piece from the ephemera. and I'll have to wait for a minute for it to dry. So I'll put it on after I finish up here. And then I'll be posting this to my blog as well. Okay. And it coordinates enough with the color. I think that it just adds a little bit. And so perfect. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I went over a bit. This has almost been an hour, so thank you for your patience. But I think it was worth it. Just a really beautiful scrapbook page out of the kits. And so give it a try. And again, this is Angela with Wild Violets Art. If you're watching this later on YouTube, please like and subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you. Have a great day.